keep going.
Okay folks, just driving out the Western Access Road. I'm in the Troopy at the moment. You can see the condition of the road there. It's quite rough and this Troopy's bouncing around a bit along with the camera. These are the sorts of roads that you've got to drive to the conditions on. I've seen a lot of people drive over these roads at high speed. Certainly some of the vehicles will take the punishment, but what they don't realise is that it's the people inside when they're bouncing around and all that sort of thing can cause some serious injuries. So I'm barely making 5 kilometres an hour at the moment. Again, it's a single vehicle track, so if you've got oncoming traffic, it can be a problem pulling over or finding space to pull over to let them pass. Again, high bushfire risk in this area. If you're going to evacuate, get out early. Smoke over these roads just adds to the potential for accidents. Okay, this Western Road, there's I've just come through quite a few tight bends. This is probably one of the reasons why the road was closed. There's a lot of clay patches on this, and when you're trying to negotiate it in wet conditions, you can lose control of your vehicle very quickly on these slippery clay patches around these tight bends. So I'll just move forward a bit. Straighten up a bit. There's another bend, looks like further down there somewhere. This is a typical example of the clay patch on a bend. In the wet weather, this is as slippery as grease lightning, and depending on your skill levels with vehicles, particularly four-wheel drives, even 4x2s or worse, you can find yourself in serious trouble. Lose control of the vehicle and finish off in the bush somewhere. I'd say this is one of the areas why the road was closed a few days ago. It's certainly dried out a lot now. It's dried out to a very hard surface. So I'll push on and see what else I can find. Okay, this is another stretch of the Western Access Road. Distance I've come is a lot of water erosion on this road. This is another clay patch. You can probably see the wheel tracks there in the camera. There have been vehicles through here, and just to the right of frame there you can see a lot of water erosion from the heavy rains we had a few days ago. So again, it comes back to, if you're going to live in these areas, you've got to have the right vehicle and of course the skills. So what I'll do is I'll proceed down this track. I'll just follow those wheel tracks. Won't ride through that soil eroded area. It's very dry, it's hardened up quite a bit, so see how we go. This is a low-level crossing, creek crossing on the Western Access approach to that homestead I was talking about before. I've had flood water up here a few days ago, and gauging from that it was well over half a metre. Just from the debris on that branch, it could well have been higher. You can see just down there some washouts either side of the track. I've got to say that for the last probably couple of kilometres the road improved dramatically and more down on the flat area, but coming down through those hills, yeah, pretty rough. You wouldn't get a conventional 4x2 low clearance vehicle over those roads in dry weather, and certainly not in wet weather. And certainly in wet weather, when that stuff turns to slop, you won't even get a four-wheel drive through it. So still a bit of water flowing there. That water flowing across there is only a couple of inches deep, so it's quite safe to cross. Well folks, that just about does it for the access road part of this series. I'll just pan around and give you a bit of a look at the countryside while I have a bit of a yarn. That over there is the high voltage power grid lines supplying the area around me. As you can see, a lot of hills, valleys, gullies. That's the road I'm currently on now, still heading roughly west back to the main highway. Here's some shots for you. See if I can zoom in and give you a closer look. It's quite a beautiful area around here. But anyway, that does it for the access roads part of this series. So that's something you really got to look at, access roads and the types of vehicles you're going to use, and of course your skill levels in driving across these types of roads. As I said before, certainly on that western access side, coming down those hills, you wouldn't even get a 4x2 conventional vehicle up that road, and certainly in wet weather, from what I saw, and I didn't get it on video. There's been some four-wheel drives in there that found it a bit hard to get through. Alrighty folks, catch you later.